Welcome back to another Tire Tuesday. Today we're talking about hybrid tires. We promise we aren't switching our brand over to exclusively work on lifted Priuses. The e-Assist and the other 2020 hybrid truck offerings that are coming out are about as close as we're going to try to get to that for a while. We're talking about a relatively new range to the light truck market. And these tires kind of try to get the best of both worlds between all-terrain and mud terrain. Oftentimes this range is signified as an RT, but it's so new that I think the entire industry is really trying to figure out how best to market it. This example we have here is the AMP ATA, formerly the AMP ATGs. We do a video about that and we'll post that on top right corner. But I digress. This is a segment that's becoming increasingly popular. As we build trucks, many of our customers are shying away from the traditional MT market. We can see why. If you're like me, your truck is really probably only going to see dirt on the weekends, and the rest of the time it's a daily driver. You only have to put down a few miles on the pavement before you know why mud tires are not fun on the road. Mud tires are very much purpose-built for off-road. They may look awesome and aggressive on your truck, and you may recognize the tread patterns on some of your favorite Baja truck builds. Since the tire company executives expect these to go on builds and not on stock trucks, the sidewalls look much more aggressive. They can also design the sidewalls to add tread when you do decrease your pressure. You can increase that contact patch. But there is a reason that that these spend very little time on the pavement. A lot of these brands will have their engineers start off with a mud tire and work their way back towards an AT to get this RT tire. Mud tires are strictly built to move large amounts of sand and mud out of the way, and these voids are also designed to eject any dirt and debris or anything like that to make sure that these tread blocks are able to dig down and find the grip where they can. To take a tire back towards an RT, generally they're going to start by adding some siping. Mud tires can clear away large amounts of mud, but really don't do well on the wet highway concrete. They also take in the voids a little bit over here to make them a little bit less noisy on the highway. You can get that highway drone with these big voids. They change up the tread compounds as well so that they can provide a tread life warranty, which they generally don't need to do on mud tires, because seasoned mud tire buyers assume that they don't get any tread life guarantee. The good thing about most hybrid tires in this segment is that they leave the sidewalls with the mud tire aggressive look, so it can still look cool on the side of your build and have some of that off-road functionality. Oftentimes AT tires will have very bland sidewalls because they're built for stock vehicles that happen to go off-road, or off-road editions of stock vehicles that come from the factory. They'll advertise the tread life somewhere between the 35 and 45,000 mile range versus the usual 45 to 65,000 mile range that you get on some of the higher end AT tires, or maybe even the 20,000 mile range that some people figure they're going to get on mud tires, depending on your use. Since they are highway friendly mud tires, these are also more likely to come in a mud and snow rating, where a lot of those mud tires are going to be summer only. Generally, if you're looking at the RT moniker on the side to signify that you are getting a hybrid tire, like the Toyo Open Country RTs, the Fury Country Hunter RTs, the Kenda Cleaver RTs, etc. But many of the brands will not have the signified tires. A few examples are the Nitto Ridge Grapplers, the Arturo Trailblades XT, and these Terrain Attacks. The Goodyear Duratracs are also widely considered an RT tires. They have been around since before this RT marketing was really around. And even the Cooper Discoverer ST Max generally fits into Cooper's line as a more aggressive AT, which would signify an RT. So does that clear anything up for you? Mud? In conclusion, this is not just a marketing moniker to create more lines of tires. It's a segment of tires that's growing at the fastest rate. And as I said before, it's basically a mud tire that's built to behave a little bit better on road. You still don't get the all-terrain or the highway tire smoothness, but it is a definite improvement over driving old mud tires on a 30-mile commute. So please give this video a thumbs up, give us a subscribe, give us a comment if you do have any more questions, and thanks. You guys have a great day.